this afternoon. But you can see that what's left of this storm is now way up into the New England states, so no longer a threat to us here in central PA. Temperature-wise, we're just now starting to see these numbers get into the 20s. I think mid-20s is probably about as good as we're going to do for any kind of a high temperature. Now, the one thing we've been watching really closely, the winds. They're starting to pick up. This morning, we just had winds of about 5 to 10 miles per hour. Now we're starting to see those winds kick up a little bit. You can see 24 miles per hour in Harrisburg, 20 in Lancaster. So you throw those winds on top of some really cold air, and that's when we start to see some pretty dangerous wind chills. So here are your future wind gusts, 2 o'clock Monday afternoon. Winds gusting as high as 30 miles per hour. And we get a little bit of a break in the wind overnight tonight. And then even tomorrow, we're still looking at some gusts, likely around 20 miles per hour. So here is the big concern. This is 3 o'clock Monday afternoon. These are our future wind chills. A lot of spots, single digits, which is bad enough. But look what happens here overnight. So this is 7 a.m. Tuesday morning. And we have got wind chills that are well down below zero. This is dangerous stuff. When we start seeing wind chills like this, you can get a frostbite in about 15 minutes outside with your unprotected skin when it gets that cold. Now, National Weather Service has issued a cold weather advisory. That's for overnight Monday into early Tuesday with concerns for these wind chills. So all that snowpack we have out there, which incidentally, we did set a record yesterday, 12.5 inches of snow at HIA where our records are kept. That was a brand new record snowfall. But all that snow that's out there, not really melting anytime soon. And a big concern, of course, are going to be those wind chills that are going to be well down below zero to start out the day on Tuesday. So mid-20s, that's about the best we can do for a high here. Tonight, down to 2. Yeah, 2 for the overnight low. And we'll see those wind chills that'll be dropping down well below zero. That's why we do have that CBS 21 weather warn day for you up here for Tuesday. It stays cold. We'll see what some of these wind chills look like later in the week, but it's possible we may have some more weather warn days later on if we once again start to see the dangerously cold numbers. And boy, the highs on Thursday and Friday only in the teens. So as we've been doing with these YouTube weather videos, some questions. And of course, we kind of keep an eye on what you folks have been asking us on all of our social media. So here to represent you, the viewer, the one, the only, the great Kennedy Miller. The great Kennedy Miller. Again, we've got to get a red carpet that we can put out for you.
We do. We have to talk to somebody about that.
I know. We'll roll it out. And so questions.
Yeah. So Steve, you mentioned, the winds picking up now. I mean, do you see that being, problematic for any drivers that are hitting the road this morning, this afternoon, into the evening?
Well, we talked, you and I, a whole bunch about winds today and blowing and drifting snow. I got to tell you, everything froze and got so compacted down with the sleet and the freezing rain yesterday that, I mean, all the snow almost has like this crust on it that you almost have to kind of like break through to even try to remove it or shovel it.
Right.
So yes, I'm still concerned about some blowing and drifting snow, but one thing about all of that compacting of the snow and how cold it's gotten, I think that's going to mitigate some of the blowing and drifting snow just because it can't really move around. It's just a big frozen lump that's out there right now. So yeah, I would say definitely heads up, especially on those secondary roadways for that chance for some blowing and drifting snow. But I don't think it's going to be as bad as I initially thought.
All right, Steve, we also see a lot of single digits here on your forecast. So biggest issue for drivers, now that the snow's already gone into tomorrow, I mean, are we going to be dealing with some black ice potentially?
Yeah.
I mean, what does that look like?
Yeah, I mean, we've got a little bit of sun out there right now. That will help, especially on the blacktops and the sidewalks, to get some melting done, even though, of course, we're way below 32 degrees, the freezing mark. But anything that melts today and becomes liquid is going to freeze overnight. And, you look at these numbers, and every morning this week, we're gonna have the potential for there to be icy spots and black ice. It's just when it gets this cold and stays this cold, and a very, very slow snow melt. That's going to continue to be an issue for the morning commute all week.
Okay, so once, we have higher temps, I know not anytime soon, we're going to have to wait till probably February. Could we see any issues of flooding, once all of this, ice does eventually melt in snow?
Great question, because that was, you know, that was a lot of liquid, and it's all just now sitting out there frozen. Now, in the long run, you know, we've got a lot of spots here in Pennsylvania that are in moderate to severe drought. In the long run, once all of this melts, that's going to be a really good thing for the drought situation across the state, but we need it to melt slowly. The river is going to be frozen, you know, hard as a rock here by the end of the week and into next week. We need the temperatures to rise slowly and moderate slowly. What we don't want is, you know, all of a sudden to have a couple of 60-degree days, which that can happen in February. And then all of a sudden everything melts very quickly. The river starts to thaw. The ice breaks up. We get ice jams. You know, it is something we're definitely going to have to keep an eye on, because sooner or later, all of that liquid that's out there is going to melt. And how it interacts with all of our waterways will be something we're going to have to keep a close eye on well into February.
Okay, got you. And I know this is going to be my last question because we got a show to prepare for.
Yes, we do.
Like
Yeah, we do have
minutes.
a newscast here coming up.
Biggest mistake drivers make after major winter storms like the one we just seen?
Well, first of all, don't even get me started on the people that do not. And it's tough because it's frozen on there. You did it, I did it. The people that don't clear the snow off of their roofs, off their trunks, off of their hoods. So please do that. Don't be lazy, right? Yeah. You're just being lazy, but you're neglecting everybody else around you, because, you know, a big shard of that can come flying off. And really, we've seen it happen. Can cause accidents, can break through windshields, that type of thing. So that second thing is the black ice. Obviously, you can't see it. And so maybe by the time we get to Thursday or Friday, you're like, I got this, right? I've gone to work a few days now, I'm okay. I would say just continue to travel with a lot of extra caution and be aware of the fact that a very good chance of there being widespread black ice every morning this week and even into the weekend.
All right, I think you covered it all, Steve.
All right.
Tips there.
Yeah, and again, we're drilling down on the focus of the wind chills for first thing Tuesday morning. They're going to be well down below zero. Some pretty dangerous wind chills going to be coming our way first thing Tuesday morning. I believe this is the part where you talk about
the app. Make sure you download the CBS 21 weather app. Stay up to date on all of our major winter storms and major weather that we're having here in Central PA. You can also follow us along on social media and on our website. That's cbs21.com.
I feel like there's something in the script that we read on the air with the app. It says something like, you know, and you can take the CBS 21 Meteorologist wherever you go by downloading the free. I don't think you'd really want to take me everywhere you go.
You don't want to take them everywhere you go. Trust me, you don't.
But you can take our weather information everywhere you go. Okay, thanks a lot, folks. Thanks for tuning in to the special presentation that we continue to bring you on YouTube, and we'll continue to do that as we continue to monitor this weather situation throughout the week. But in the meantime, follow us on all of our social media platforms and download that free CBS 21 weather app.
See you
guys.